So, just to reiterate, we're doing the Eden raids. And yeah. All right. My fault. Alright. Okay. A most emphatic victory, yo. Unfortunately, we cannot yet be certain if the Aether is behaving as predicted. That was incredible. Is that what a primal looks like? Oh, not quite the same then, but why is that? The Leviathan of the Source was summoned by the Shogun, to whom he was no less than a god. Without their faith, the deformed entity that we brought into existence differed on a fundamental level, though it was no less formidable. The manifestation relied upon Yo's experiences of Leviathan, and may have been influenced by recollections of other water-aspected beings, leading to further discrepancies. Memories brought to life. But I still can't tell if our plan actually worked. We'll just have to wait and see, I guess. How goes it? If you finish slaying your primal or whatever it is, I suggest you get back here on the double. There's something you ought to see. What could that be? Evidently, our only recourse is to return to our base of operations forthwith. Yo, look. By the Twelve's good grace, 'tis a marvel to behold. I never thought that a whole lake would suddenly appear like this. And we're just getting started. I only hope the burden is not too much for you, yo. You know, when I first heard Urianger's plan, I didn't know what to expect, but then the enormous crystal appeared and water came gushing forth and, well, such a proud transformation, though the change appeared to be limited to an area no more than a few miles in diameter. I think this proves the water-aspected ether is no longer lying dormant. So which element should we realign next to Urianger? I suppose Earth, should we succeed in returning the soil's life-giving energy, the empty shall become capable of supporting the growth of flora. Imagine that, forest in the empty. But before we begin, I'd like to know how that girl is doing. Still sound asleep. She didn't so much as stir even when I took her helmet off. I thought I might be getting a bit stuffy in there, and I was curious to know what sort of person we were dealing with. She seems surprisingly normal, not at all like your usual void scent. I'd say she's around the same age as you, Rain, perhaps a little older. Well, whoever she is, we should let her rest while we concentrate on the task at hand. As much as I'd love to go with you, I'd best stay here in case she wakes up and is feeling less than cooperative. And while I wait here wishing I had something to read, my thoughts will be with you as you fly off to face the next opponent. It must be a strange feeling to bring something into existence through your own willpower, only to slay it immediately after. I almost feel sorry for the poor things. All the same, I wish you luck. It goes well. We won't be waiting for long. The sooner we get this over with, the sooner we can see the results. Once more out into the empty, dear friend, thou art prepared to presume. Now, before we embark on our journey, there is one question I feel I should ask. Where are we going? I would suggest a certain region that lieth east of Norvent, which was once home to the great Mount Atlas. And for the earth-aspected primal, we will wish to invoke what could be a more fitting choice than Titan. I don't think I've heard of that one. What's it like? Oh god, the landslides. It seems like you've had a rather traumatic experience. But if our last battle is anything to go by, this one will be different from the Titan that Yo remembers, yes. Aye, 'twould be wise to consider the two as entirely separate beings. As such, thou must needs conceive new stratagems if thou art to triumph in the battles to come. Past experience will avail thee not, I fear. Alright, Yo, once you're ready, we'll be on our way. It took a while, but we finally arrived. Ready, Yo? Memories of the Titan come tumbling back. The terrain around here seems a bit rough, but eating can give you something more level to stand on. Remember the primal, which almost assuredly be vastly different from that which thou didst lay low on the source. Okay. That was fast. what they're doing it. Oof. it. Oh my god, dude. Got this, you got this, you so got this, yes. Okay. Fuck yeah. Healer's on point. Everybody on point. So hard to use this stupid touch pad. Well fought, yo. Well fought indeed. That thou wert able to triumph over this avatar of primordial rage is a testament to thy pursuance. Welcome back. You must be exhausted. For a creature made of rock, he was a lot more agile than I was expecting. I wonder, was the Titan of your world a tough opponent too? I honestly got carried through Titan back in the day. So all it would have taken is a momentary lapse of concentration. I don't like the sound of that. But more importantly, you defeated another elemental being, which means we're a step closer to reclaiming the empty. I can't wait to see how much of a difference we've made this time. Did we really do all this? Aye, 'twould appear the balance has returned the element of earth. and yet the transformation hath affected only the immediate vicinity, whereas the land beyond this lake doth remain unchanged. 'Tis passing strange indeed. Did we do something wrong? Though this falleth short of the outcome I had envisioned, 'tis plain our efforts were not in vain. Mayhap this localized phenomenon is the result of an intersection of ethereal currents. Therefore, it is reasonable to assume that similar locations in the empty have undergone comparable alterations. Then the ether will spread out from these points to cover up the rest of green. Are you alright? Perhaps asserting her will over Eden hath taken its toll. It's nothing. That didn't look like nothing to me. You'd better lie down for a while. No, really, I'm fine. Anyway, we've still got work to do. Nay, Thancred hath the right of it. 'Twould be unwise to exert thyself overmuch. I appreciate your concern, but I do wish you'd stop fussing. Rain, thou knowest not the strain thou dost place on thyself. I feel like I skipped a sentence there, I'm not sure. Though the elements of water and earth hath been restored, continued exposure to the empty stagnant ether may yet sap thee of thy remaining strength. Now that you mention it, I've been feeling a bit out of sorts ever since we got here. I should probably get away from the empty and rest for a while. Hey, do so. Meanwhile, I shall remain here. The restoration of the two elements hath produced unexpected results, and I require time to analyze our findings. However, I must ask thee to refrain from discussing our work in the empty, even with our closest comrades. Why, I thought they'd welcome the news. And indeed they shall, once we have made more to show for our efforts. Nevertheless, this mission is one of surpassing danger. I am loath to place our dearest friends at risk unless absolutely necessary. You have their best interests at heart, I'm sure, but to be perfectly honest, I prefer not to keep secrets from people that I trust with my life. I don't want to make a habit of this, but I'll do just as you ask. It seems to me that Reen is the only one who would benefit from a change of scenery. Her sleeping beauty would likely fare better in more hospitable surroundings. We'll need to have our associates from the Crystarium organize a safe place for her stay. If you and Yo could go ahead and have a word with them, and Horde Soap will catch up with you once Ariane J has finished whatever it is he needs to do. Perhaps thou too should accompany her on her return journey. I dare say she would be glad of thy presence. No, not this time. She came such a long way since we first met, and I worry that relying on me too much will only hold her back. We won't be staying in the First forever. The time will come for Reen and I to part ways, and for her to follow her own path. I know you understand this too, Urianger. I see you trying to pass on as much of your knowledge as possible while you still can. And to cut her credit, she's actually taking most of it in. Reen is possessed of natural affinity for aetherology, unlike some who shall remain unnamed. A natural affinity for staying awake during your lectures, more like. Though, come to think of it, she doesn't really take after me at all. However, like thee, she is predisposed to brooding in silence in lieu of voicing her concerns. Says the master, keeping his cards close to his chest. Anyway, yo, you'd better take the sky skipper with Reen. It's true that she's been through a lot lately, but so have you. We'll need you ready for the challenges that lie ahead. So go on and get some rest. We shall await news of thy safe arrival in Armor Egg. We'll have to decide on whether it's worth posting Crystarian guards to watch over Eden while we're gone. As there is little risk of our camp being ransacked, it may be left unattended in our absence. I love this song so much. It seemed like you were all having quite a serious discussion. I hope I haven't given you any cause for concern. Well, if you say so. Probably shouldn't stay in the empty any longer than necessary, though. So do you want to take the first shift piloting, or shall I? Oof, I'm glad I had you there to keep me company. I have no idea how I would have passed the time otherwise. Now that we're here, I need to find our contact from the Crystarium. But before that, I was hoping I could have a word with you. Something's been on my mind. This might not be the best place for it, though. Those creatures over there look a bit hungry. When I first spoke to Thancred and Urianger about what I'd sensed in the empty, part of me wished we could have just left it alone. I guess I was scared of what we'd find. But now that we found Eden, I know that I made the right choice. And if I'd given in to my fear, I probably would have spent the rest of my life wondering what might have been. From now on, whenever I hear that voice voice inside telling me to run away, to hide, I won't listen. That's not who I am anymore. Even so, all the courage in the world is not going to help me decide what we should do with that girl when she wakes up. Do you remember what she said right before she passed out? Why am I here? What is happening? What if she's been being controlled or forced to act against her will. Whatever the case, it's clear that she's not a monster, she's a person like you or me. Obviously, she knows something about Eden, and we need all the information we can get, but more than that, I just want to talk to her to find out who she is and if there's anything we can do to help her. On the other hand, we mustn't forget that she's already attacked us once. What's to say she won't try it again when she wakes up? If she keeps us from reclaiming the empty, it will be all my fault. It's no good. I can't make up my mind. What do you think we should do, yo? I see what you mean. Perhaps we've been able to come to an understanding. Things wouldn't have ended the way they did. I hope that she's nothing like MXL, but we won't know until we speak to her. Until then, I'll try to concentrate on the here and now. Speaking of which, I still need to see to Urianje's errands. The people we're on our way to meet lent us the sky skipper and most of the apparatus we've been using. And since we've been sworn to secrecy, I assume the same applies to them and their colleagues. Anyway, once that's over with, we can find a place to relax. Now that we're here, allow me to introduce you to two members of our inner circle, or whatever you want to call it. That's Go, who is interested in trading for any relics we find in the empty. Apparently, he mostly deals in exotic weapons and whatnot, but he's agreed to help keep us supplied with whatever else we can get from the Crystarium. Now, the ones we came to meet should be around here somewhere. Ah, Reen, what a relief it is to see you return unharmed from your expedition. I'm sorry to have kept you waiting. We were gone a bit longer than we expected. Yo, I'd like you to meet Luri. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. As representative of the Settlement Council, I am here to oversee the delivery of equipment deemed necessary to your mission. I will be on hand to provide any assistance you may require. Actually, there's something we would like to take care of. It's probably best not to talk about it in the middle of the market, though. I'll take it from here, yo. You should get some rest. But before you go, I'd like to thank you for everything you've done. We still have a long road ahead of us, but if we give it our all, there's nothing we can't handle. I see. Though it is mere supposition, it would behoove us to proceed with caution. Moreover, I would refrain from discussing the matter with Reen and Yo until we know more. Well, I appreciate you telling me, even if it is too soon to be sure. I'm the one watching over her after all. The Oracle of Darkness. I pray if it is not true. Ah, there you are. I'm part of the team helping with the highly classified and very, very secret thing. The fact of the matter is, I've come to inform you of a rather interesting development. It's about the girl who was brought back from the empty. She's finally woken up, you see. Yell for it, and Yo too. We heard the news from Thancred. Is it true? Why yes, it most certainly is. Apparently, her name is Gaia. She claims to be a free citizen of Eilmore, although she remembers nothing of the events leading up to her attack on Eden. She's lost her memory? Parts of it, at the very least. We also cannot be sure whether she's telling the truth or if it's merely a ruse. She's yet to display any hostility, which is encouraging, I suppose. And Thancred's with her now, is he? Yes, he's taken her to Eilmore, mainly to verify what she's told us so far. Quiz the locals, that sort of thing. After that, the plan is to come back here, though they're taking rather longer than I'd anticipated. I do hope nothing is amiss. Good grief, are you always this slow? At this rate, it'll be dark again before we know it. The night sky returning is all well and good, but it does make each day seem awfully short. And are you still dragging your heels back there? At least act as if you got a purpose, would you? Now look here, I'm not one of your servants. Why don't you try carrying your own luggage for a change? Thancred, you're back. You lot are a sight for sore eyes. Yes, even you, Urianger. Gaia and I have just finished shipping her personal effects from Eilmore. I'm glad we could finally meet. Properly, I mean. So, did you learn anything useful? Other than where she lives, not an awful lot. Her supposed neighbors barely knew the first thing about her. Hell, she barely knows the first thing about herself. Her recollection of her life in Eilmore is patchy at best. But she seems convinced that she'll regain her memory if she accompanies us, and so she's invited herself to join our merry band. And for her first act, she's ordered me to carry her luggage. If you insist on standing around talking, might I suggest finding a place to sit down first? My knees are killing me. Then perhaps you should have chosen more sensible footwear. Still, not such a bad idea, shall we? I've got so many things I want to ask, but I probably shouldn't bombard her with questions. Amnesia, 'tis troubling though not entirely unexpected. Well, I've given you my early impressions of Gaia, but I would be interested in hearing your opinion. Go on and talk to her and see what you make of her situation. So you don't remember anything at all? Not attacking us, not falling unconscious? Such selective amnesia would rightly raise suspicion with those of a cautious mind. Yet if doth speak the truth, it would lend credence to my current hypothesis, though admittedly some further. Not now, Ariante. She's only just woken up. We don't want to bore her back to sleep. In any case, I prefer to follow my instincts, and they're telling me that Gaia means us no harm. After much deliberation, I thought it only right to let her know about her work in the empty, as a sign of goodwill, after all. Trust works both ways. Though I would ask Yuyo not to let your guard down just yet. So you're the one I'm supposed to have fought? Come to think of it, I recognize you from somewhere. Or perhaps you didn't make much of an impression. But to be honest, I do feel that since meeting you, those hazy memories are becoming slightly clearer. It's like remembering fragments of a dream, only to realize those tight things actually happened. It's as though my whole life has been leading to this. Thou speakest as though thou didst expect these events. I guess you could say that. It's what the fairy tells me. I can't see it, but it is thought there's someone else inside me, and I can hear its voice in my head. It whispers to me and lets me use its power, magic, I suppose you could call it. Not that I know much about that sort of thing. And this power alloweth thee to tear open the fabric betwixt realities, that thou mayest call forth the aether-starved denizens of what remaineth of the 13th. What? Was that supposed to mean something, or are you just spouting random words at me? Honestly, I don't know how you put up with all this. I've only just met him, and his insufferable prattle is already giving me a headache. Gods, I still can't believe I'm having this conversation, and to think I was lying about in a suit of armor waving a sword. That doesn't sound like me at all. Someone else inside you. Like Minfilia was inside me. Aye, the similarities cannot be ignored, though it is too early to say with certainty. Gaia may well be the Oracle of Darkness. The Oracle of Darkness? What does this mean? It means that you may have been right when you said that she has something in common with them itself. Those who have been used as the living host by an Ascian have no recollection of events that occurred during their possession. This I know from personal experience. But Gaia seems to have some memories still, even if they're a little hazy. Moreover, she has remained in control of herself even when she heard the voice within, much like you and Minfilia. And though Irene was very much her own person, Minfilia's presence did exert a change upon her outward appearance, granting her hair and eyes a hue akin to that of our dear departed friend. It is therefore not unthinkable that Gaia's raven locks may be a manifestation of the darkness which hath come from to reside within her. But I was born like this, and my parents, they both had black hair too. Or at least I think they did. It's been so long since I saw them, I can't remember too well. But enough about me. You're Minfilia, aren't you? The Oracle of Light who they were hosting in Neomor? That's right, though imprisoning is a better word. They kept me locked away, and I didn't know much about Yomor and its people, or the rest of the world for that matter. I see, and how exactly did the Oracle of Light come to run with the Warrior of Darkness? Well, it all started when... Yes, I still remember the day everyone went raving mad and Lord Bronsfleet fled. Everything after that is still a blur, though. From what Gaia's told me, she wasn't part of the mob that attacked us, but how was she able to resist Von 3's control? Mayhap 'twas the intervention of this fairy of whom she speaketh. As curious as that may be, we still don't know why she appeared out of nowhere as soon as Eden took flight. This is just a guess, but I say that the fairy reacted to it in some way, and for whatever reason made me go after it. Yes, that seems like the only explanation. I don't know about you lot, but I've had enough of this nattering. I'm going back to Eden. What? But why? The fairy wanted something from Eden, and knowing what that is will bring me a step closer to discovering exactly what he's been living in. Exactly what has been living in my head all these years. Besides, my memories aren't going to restore themselves, and certainly not through idle chit-chat, so I'm going, and that's that. Gaia, wait. Insufferable, utterly insufferable, and yet we can't well leave her to her own devices. Come on. What time is it? I'm gonna take a quick 10-minute break. I will be back. I'm actually gonna call it here. I'm pretty exhausted, but thanks for watching. Thanks especially if you stuck it to the end, and I'll catch you in the next one. I have a YouTube, same handle as my Twitch, Y4Arts, if you feel like you missed any videos. And yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.